The Buzz, joining us today, our motivational speaker buddy, author and former Biggest Loser contestant Pete Thomas, and Mimi Brown, who's also a motivational speaker and an author. Thank you both for being here again.
Thank you, guys.
Happy President's Day.
Happy President's Day.
Do you say that to anybody?
No. Just you, Chuck.
I was saying it to you. The words are coming out, and I'm seeing them like, I've never said this.
Never said.
Right,
No.
exactly right. It's an unusual.
So should kids be in school learning about presidents, or should they have the day off? Should we be honoring these people with a national holiday? What do you think?
I think we should be honoring the presidents by allowing kids to stay in school. That way you can learn.
Absolutely. A full day of focusing on, 44, 45 different presidents that we've had and even the upcoming candidates, I think would be the proper way to really celebrate them instead of letting them off. And they're going to go home and all they're going to do is play video games. And as you mentioned earlier, there's the problem with families who have parents at work, and what are we going to do with the kids? So I think spending a day focused on this at school would be a lot better.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I don't know about teaching them about the candidates right now.
We're just stirring it up. We're not at that point where it all matters.
I'm not saying any names. I'm just saying that might be a bit much.
You're not going to touch it. Not going to touch it.
No, it might be a bit much.
All right, so when you think of presidents, are there presidents that you find that have impact on your thinking, your life? I mean,
well, I look at Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
I mean, between his connection with the Civil War, the Emancipation Proclamation, bringing the North and the South back together after the Civil War is huge. Even people like James K. Polk, who's president, most people don't know, but because of the Mexican-American War, he brought together New Mexico and California together. So we have a lot of presidents to celebrate.
Yeah, I agree. And I think for me, the most impactful presidents were probably George Washington, of course, whenever you're starting anything, you start the company and start the country rather. And then I think under Jefferson, the country doubled in size.
Yes.
And of course, as you mentioned, anytime you have to deal with a war, especially a civil war, in World War I think those are definitely influential presidents. Definitely, because they kept the core of the country together.
Well, you look at like FDR, right? With
Right,
the New
exactly.
Deal,
Sure,
and
exactly.
bringing people together after the Great Depression.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, and then Teddy Roosevelt. Look at all the environmental stuff that he did.
Actually, I'm reading his autobiography now, and it's incredibly long.
Yeah, it is. It is, but it really talks to what we have that we probably take for granted in our national park system.
That's right.
Somebody who really, literally would just get on a horse and ride somewhere and say, "Get it done."
He's really the start of the environmental movement.
That's right.
He really was because of the park system. Absolutely.
All right, so we hear a lot about so and so is or isn't presidential. Is there a certain look, demeanor, class that the office should uphold?
I love how Tati stood up when you said that you need to have a certain demeanor. I think so. Because they're the symbol of what this country stands for, and they're not only helping to bring together the United States and keep us whole, but also representing us on this national stage. And I think there's just a certain caliber or way you should carry yourself as a president.
Absolutely. It's somewhat regal. You would expect it. But you know what? The office has really degraded over the years because of what's done in the office. I remember there was a president, he would not even, he wouldn't go into the Oval Office without his suit jacket. And then later over time, you had another president who had sex in the Oval Office.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so it started at that level to where they've degraded it to the point to where it seems like the two loudest guys in politics are front runners. You know what I mean? And so it's like, I need to run. You know what I mean? If all you have to do is be loud.
For president, right?
You can be loud. That's all it takes. So it's
what
interesting.
do you think about presidents being on talk shows that are not like political shows?
I'm all about it. I'm so excited that President Obama is going to be on Ellen.
You just want to see him dance? Because you know he will.
Well, because I think it makes you human. You have that connection to folks. And you see, small children who can say, man, I can be like the president. And it makes him, you feel like sometimes they're put on a pedestal that I can't connect to you. But if I see him, I'm like, oh, he seems like he's really fun.
Do you agree?
No, I differ on that because I think the last question ties into this one. If I want a president who is stately and who is regal, then you don't need to do everybody's blog. You don't need to do it, and really I don't need you really playing a sax on a late night show. I don't care about your sax playing abilities. Can you govern? That is the primary thing. Now, it's just really it's a side effect of our culture, and of course media dominates and all that. So I understand where it's gone, but I think it does cause us in some ways to lose some respect for the office when you are common as I am. It causes, and I think globally, it's not the president of the United States. What's the difference between him and the goofy kid that was on Ellen?
Yeah, I think it's
You're
a,
in the
it's a delicate,
same-
It's a balance.
Yeah.
It's a delicate, especially on the international stage, though. I do understand what you mean.
But I think the argument is always going to be there's relevance,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And so you got the regal part, and then you've got relevance. Are you being relevant to the culture without diminishing the office?
Exactly.
And that's when the goofy part can sometimes take over. So anyway, I just know that there's a sale on a love seat for all of us today. With Abe and President Washington running in somewhere.
Check is going straight to Macy's after the show. You guys
Good to see you guys.
Thank you
Good to see
guys
you
for
all.
being
Good to see
here.
you.